The news going around in town now is that of the revelation by the Gazette that the FCT minister, Wike, allocated 2,000 hectares, that's about 40,000 plots of land, to his son, Joachim Wike. According to the report, Joachim Wike, the minister's last of two sons, has received at least 2,000 hectares or 40,000 plots in Maitama, Asokoro, Gusape, and other parts of Abuja. Most of the allocations are in developing communities such as Kweta, Buari, and Gadua, where sources said Mr. Wike carefully selected them for the medium to long-term commercial prospect. Now, after this whole thing, Mr. Wike has gone to release a statement saying that the lands were awarded to a company for farming purposes, but he never said if the company, Joak Farms and Estates Limited, belongs to his son. Now, what's the issue is here, a problem here, is that after that release, you will see online now, there are people, some kind of APC and government supporters who, of course, these politicians have been using. You can see some of the tweets there. They have been trying to water down the case, trying to make it look to mislead people. For instance, you can see they saying, oh, is it Maitama? How can somebody say, oh, this is our Maitama, you gave somebody 2,000 hectares of land? Man, that is very, very mischievous. You can see what these people are trying to do to this country. The Gazette never said anywhere that the 2,000 hectares of land are from Maitama or Asokoro. The Gazette said it there clearly that most of the allocations are in developing communities such as Kwaita, Buari, and Gadua. In fact, they even went further. There is a part of the report where they said a plot in Maitama and Asokoro where Mr. Wike gave his son at least 7 hectares total was recently sold for $1.28 and $1.4 million respectively, according to documents reviewed by the Gazette. Now, they stated it there clearly. The pieces that they gave between Asokoro and Maitama, he gave his son 7 hectares. Of course, that is very, very possible. You have Maitama 2, Maitama extension. You have Asokoro 2, and you have Asokoro extension. Also, I think you have Asokoro 3 now, if I'm not mistaken. So he can have all those lands easily to give to his son. And the other one, I'm not saying whether the lands are up to 2,000 hectares altogether, but if you go to these areas, all these Kweta, Buari, and Gadua, all those areas, those are developing areas. He can give how many of such land to anybody. They are all over. That is no big deal. But the issue here should not be whether these lands are even up to the 2,000 hectares that we are talking about. The thing is, if it is true, we have seen the documents, the land documents. That is to tell you how wicked these people are. Some of these guys who even come out to defend these things. We have seen several documents, farm allocations. We have seen the documents. They are in public. They are out there. Now, don't forget, the report also said Joak Farms and Estate Limited was registered on the 10th of October 2024. And barely a week later, on October 17, 2024, Wike allocated 350 hectares to the business via, file number 155882 and C of O number 0000162. C of O to a company that was just registered barely a week in this Abuja. If some of you who are just talking, you defend nonsense, there are people, property owners in this Abuja, right, that have owned property 15, 20 years. They've not been able to get C of O. So these are the kind of things that are happening. It's not like I'm surprised. Anybody else can be surprised. But there are some of us who don't know. I wrote about this thing before, about the land grabbing going on in the FCT. And they came, as usual, to attack me. But I'm not surprised at this. Wike own more than a quarter of Port Harcourt. I'm talking of Port Harcourt alone, not the whole of Rivers State. Wike own over a quarter of Port Harcourt. So you can't be surprised as such a person. I wrote about it sometime, that Wike, a minister, Wike has never worked anywhere. But he has money like no man's business. A minister driving a Rolls Royce. A man that has never worked anywhere. And he drives a Rolls Royce. And you, the ordinary Nigerian, just because you think the president is from your place, or Wike is from your place, or maybe because of religious affiliations or party affiliations, you have to defend that. Meanwhile, a lot of you that are even defending these things, you have graduated from school 5, 10 years, you have no job. But you defend this outright nonsense of these people that are stealing away, looting away your destinies, and not just your destinies, the destinies of your generation, your children and children's children yet unborn. And you are clapping, you are abusing people who talk about them. I pity a whole lot of you, the youths of Nigeria. I know there are some of them who are not even youths, in their 50s, in their 60s, who are doing this based on what their stomach. But you, the youths of Nigeria, you should be able to stand up, forget about where the person comes from, and say, yes, this must not happen. Not defending your slave masters in the name of tribe. You have been fighting, doing this thing, tribe, religion, all these years. Where has it led you to? Well, the president has asked that the issue should be probed. Well, for me, I don't see anything coming out of it. This is not news. What happened to Better Edu? What happened to the case of Better Edu? Didn't they ask to tell us they were probing? What happened to the probe? Has Nigeria heard anything? Because Better Edu was not the only person that was involved. There are the people in the government that are involved in what Better Edu did. It's the same thing we had here. Wike is not the only person involved in the land grabbing in the FCT. A whole lot of people in the government are involved. So the case not they go anywhere. Probe. Wike's files are in EFCC and ICPC. Why have they not investigated? Not hear anything about them? Did you people hear anything? Why did you people think what is going on in Rivers State is going on? It's looting. Just it's all about the resources of Rivers State. Now it has been handed over to him. So he will loot Rivers, loot FCT.